Hello and welcome to LB Presents, and today we're going to be going live from the Facebook Bob Earth community. And the Bob Earth platform is a purpose-led platform that connects businesses all around to trade around a purpose. And we are excitedly running our very first Unite on Purpose Summit that is going to be on the 25th of November 2020 for 24 hours live. And I have invited two wonderful people onto the Facebook Live today, Wilma from Cutitronics and Andrew from Arran of Scotland. And they are going to come on now and we are going to have a conversation around uniting on purpose and what that means for them. So hello to the two of you. Oh, they're both on.
Lindsay.
Hi, Andrew. Hi, Wilma. Thank you very much for joining. And we are now live in the Facebook group. So you are often in the Bob Earth community and you have been around as the two of you for quite some time now. And you are both good friends as well, aren't you? Which I did not know when I met both of you individually.
That's right. We've known each other, I think, about 4 years. We met in previous lives. And then when I attended the brand school in London in January, it was a couple of weeks after that I found out that Wilma had been there only a few weeks before. So happy coincidence.
Yeah, that call. Wilma, let me ask you, do you know a lady called Lindsay Boyd? Actually, Andrew, yes, I do.
And you
haven't really stopped chatting since
2 weeks ago. So thank you for joining today. And look, I have to say, you're an absolute joy to have around, the both of you. And I'm not surprised that you're both very good friends because of the personalities that you both have. And you're always hugely supportive of Bob and what we do. And I also love the fact that you are both very, very driven around purpose. And you both united with us when we went out live in the summer and we all united on purpose. And Andrew, I can see your bag hanging proudly in the background.
It's still there.
And you both united with us on purpose. Oh my gosh, I love you both so much. Would you share for us? Would you share for the people that are watching this? Could you share your purpose and what you actually stood for when we actually trended on Twitter, much to the joy of my two children for the day? Would you share what you did on the day? Andrew, do you want to go first?
Sure, yeah. So we did, well, the bag was all part of a bag throw. So we had to state our purpose and put something that was relevant to that purpose inside the bag and then throw it. And I think I did it in pretty much gale force winds in Scotland, but the audio just about came through. So we got a chance to share that our purpose was to help the world create empowering connections with nature.
Could you say that a bit slower? Just say it again.
Okay, so we got the chance to say that our purpose is to help the world create empowering connections with nature. Because when you create empowering connections with your environment, it supports your mental well-being and the contribution you can make in the world. So we got all that out in a Force 10.
And I'll come to both your purposes in a minute. And Wilma, what did you announce when you joined us in the summer?
So I announced the Cutitronics, our business purpose, which is to revolutionize how people take care of themselves at home. So I filmed, or actually my son filmed me using our prototypes in our bathroom, throwing the bag. And it was great because it really allowed us to blend together the personal purpose, which is where I really started with you, Lindsay, and the business purpose as we've developed our solutions over the past couple of years.
And for the viewers that are watching this, I would strongly suggest that you go onto my LB Presents on the YouTube channel and watch, because I have interviewed both Andrew and Wilma and their interviews are fantastic. And I go into quite a lot of detail around their purpose and what they stand for. And I would strongly suggest that you go on and watch those. For today, what I'd like to talk about is the fact that we have the Unite on Purpose Summit coming up. And you have both very kindly said that you're going to come and unite with us on the day, and you're going to stand for your industries. and you're going to stand for a societal issue. And I'll start with you again, Andrew. So your purpose around, nature and so forth, would you just highlight for me what that means for you for when you come to the Unite on Purpose Summit and you actually speak about uniting on well-being and uniting on manufacturing and uniting on purpose?
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I think that's probably my opening statement, is that you can have more than one, and uniting on purpose, and really the creating empowering connections with nature was the real connection into well-being for us, and mental well-being in particular. So as a manufacturer, we are fortunate that because we have products that we associate with that we can obviously innovate to create things that support that, but also coming at it from the other direction, talking to people at a much higher level through partnerships and engaging in conversations about mental well-being, because we very much believe there's a mental recession on the way. It's already here, and we have to put more into looking after every age group and ourselves. If we do that, we can help more people as well.
And through the pandemic, you were very pivotal, actually, in helping a large amount of the community, and you ended up going on the Lorraine show, didn't you?
Not me personally, thankfully. Oh. But I spoke to the Mark Hayes, the presenter, who's a lovely
That's
guy.
Right.
Phoned me up and said, we see what you're doing with purpose and giving the product away with the care homes, care in the community, into the NHS, just to let people know we were thinking of them and helping them get up in the morning and helping them relax at the end of the day. And he said, I know Scent can do that. And he wanted to do a feature. And he spoke very highly of us for about 15 or 20 seconds, I think. But it was great. It drove a lot of awareness, obviously for people and obviously for the brand as well, which was the two combined.
And you both come from, well, you come from a manufacturing background, and your whole family has been in manufacturing. Wasn't it jam that you started in, from jam?
Mustard at the kitchen table on a Kenwood mixer. That's about 40 years ago. Through Arran mustard.
Mustard's good for the face, or on the body.
I'm not so sure. I was going to say the one you remember is that if you can make mayonnaise, you can make body lotion.
That's right.
They're not dissimilar, but they don't taste anything like. But if you run out of body lotion, the mayonnaise will tide you over.
I do like mayonnaise. But seriously, you really do care and stand for manufacturing as well, don't you? Could you just quickly talk to me about that?
So yeah, we've been manufacturing. I've been around it all my life, from Arran Provisions and then Arran Sense of Scotland, and adding value through products, and really, from making in Scotland, or adding value to a product in Scotland, creating something that people can take away with them, and help make them feel better. For us as a manufacturer, it's really important to be able to focus on the things that we can do to do that. We do have a fairly long development process, but at the same time we can control the parts of that process, and hopefully make something out of that that's quite special for people. But I think as part of the summit as well, talking about kickstarting the economy, and manufacturers have a great role to play in that. And on the Isle of Arran, we're effectively exporting the water as much as the premise from the island, and adding the inspiration of that to travel. So people do that with food. They do it with all sorts of things already. So I think manufacturers have a huge role to play, and how you create products as a manufacturer. That's something I talk about in the summit as well. How to look at long-term, high value, and all of these sort of things as well. So I can go on, but I can save that it's saved for the summit.
Well, look, you're speaking to a lady that I was 12 years in a manufacturing space, manufacturing shoes, here in the UK, in Northampton, also in Europe, in Spain, and spent many years in Korea. So I am a manufacturing production girl at heart. But Wilma, I just want to come on to you, because you are standing for uniting on the beauty industry. And it's definitely one of the industries, along with the travel tourism industry, that massively got smashed, isn't it, through the pandemic and the recession? Hugely. And still is, in fairness. And
hugely.
I wondered, could you talk to me about uniting on the beauty industry? Because it really is you really do have a big part to play in that, and your voice in that.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the changing eras of the industry, Lindsay. You know, at the heart of our industry, it's always been about how can we teach people to take care of themselves in an optimal way that's right for them, that's personalised. And what's really changed? Well, I go back obviously pre-digital to when we did that always in the physical space. And of course, post-digital, that started to change and in some ways added to some of the confusion for the consumer. Which blogger do I trust? Which e-commerce do I trust? And so on and so forth. And so I've been talking in the industry that I've been around for decades about this technology that I've been working with the founders on for the past 5 years, about how the technology almost disappears, but it enables that empowerment of education, experience, personalization. And we've got used to that in other industries, but actually because of the strength of the beauty industry in the physical space, it's actually one of the big industries that's not really shifted. But I believe that's going to change now. So I'm going to talk about how do we use technology but still empower people? Because I don't believe the future for this industry is going to be all digital. I still think more than ever we're going to want to go for a great facial or, you know, a great treatment. But how can we pull all of that together in a way that just unburdens the consumer? So a lifetime of great skin health is just one less thing we need to think about.
And talk to me about overlaying your purpose with that, because you've been in this industry for a long time, and you know the industry. You know the industry very, very well. You are one of the pioneers and the leaders of this industry. And I met you on I teach for the London Stock Exchange program, Elite, and you were on that program when I taught on that program. And I have found you very knowledgeable, very inspiring in the room. And I'd love to hear the purpose side of your announcement of what you're known for, alongside the industry shift and how that comes together.
So my personal purpose is to support others to become the best version of themselves. And I guess as I reflect, I've always known that. I've just never known how to use it in a business context until the last couple of years, because I was inspired to this industry through my mother's first trip to a health retreat. I can still remember the transformative effect. I was 13. I can still remember coming home from school and she had makeup brushes, but this was more than makeup. This was wellness. And that inspired me to what has now been 3 decades in a space that's fantastic, because it's transformative when you teach people how to present the best version of themselves. And so what I'm talking about is how do we continue to keep that at the heart of the industry purpose? Because, you know, I've worked in great brands who absolutely are, the consumer is at the heart of everything we do, from formulation creation to experience in store and so on and so forth. How do we keep that at the heart of everything we do in this very changing world that we now find ourselves in?
Do you know, I listen to you and I reflect on my own upbringing with my mum and so forth, and actually watching her and how, you know, and as a young girl, and you watch your mum with all, you know, the creams and the kind of beauty industry side of things, and then you go into that space. And I've actually watched you and how you've blended the technology side alongside what you also said. You do want the physical side. You do also want to have a great facial and so forth. And how do you do the combination of the two? I'm very excited to watch both of your masterclasses and to be able to listen to you and to be able to unite with you. And the thing that I'm more excited about as well is the work that we're going to do together over the 12 months, because this is a summit to summit. It's a 5-year summit. And what we're looking to do is genuinely build brands that are going to shift industries and make that positive change in the world. And the two of you are, without a doubt, the leaders of each one of your industries, which is what I saw when you both came into my school. And with you, Andrew Russell, I said to you, oh, the voice of Arran. And you went, what?
Yeah, I'll be one of them.
You'll be one of them with words of your words. And I went, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I have to say, I'm very, very much looking forward to listening to the talks. And for the viewers that are watching this, I would strongly recommend that you come to the Unite on Purpose Summit on the 25th, because there will be many different people speaking about uniting on an industry. And if you would like to come and join us, and maybe you would like to come and unite on your industry and come and join the Quiet Revolution to be able to build a brand, grow a business, impact an industry, and shift the world. We'll see you then.